the secret American cities that never existed. On an ordinary morning in 1943, thousands of Americans boarded trains without knowing exactly where they were going. Some left farms, others left universities. Many abandoned stable jobs after receiving letters from the U.S. government marked urgent war work. They weren't told the destination, they weren't told the mission, and in many cases, they weren't even allowed to tell their own families goodbye. When the trains finally stopped, passengers stepped into places that didn't officially exist. No city signs, no state maps, no newspaper coverage, no public records. Entire communities had appeared almost overnight, hidden behind barbed wire, armed checkpoints, and strict military security. Children played in neighborhoods that were missing from every map in America. Teachers worked in schools that officially had no address. Doctors treated patients inside hospitals the government refused to acknowledge. Even the mail was carefully disguised to the outside world. These places simply did not exist. Yet behind those fences, more than 125,000 people were quietly working on a single project, one that would permanently change science, warfare, and human history. They had no idea that their daily jobs were connected to the most powerful weapon ever imagined. Most workers didn't know what the person sitting beside them was doing. Scientists were separated. Engineers were isolated. Factories operated independently. Every piece of information was divided into small fragments. It was one of the most secretive operations America had ever attempted. This is the incredible true story of the hidden cities built for the Manhattan Project, the American towns that officially never existed. A world at war. To understand why these secret cities were created, we have to return to one of history's darkest moments. By the early 1940s, World War II had spread across Europe, North Africa, and Asia. Entire nations were fighting for survival. Military technology was advancing faster than anyone had imagined. Radar, jet engines, long-range bombers, rocket technology. Every scientific breakthrough could determine the outcome of the war. But one possibility terrified American leaders more than anything else. What if Nazi Germany built an atomic bomb first? Scientists had already discovered that splitting atoms released enormous amounts of energy. In theory, one bomb could destroy an entire city. The problem was no longer scientific. It had become a race. If Germany succeeded first, the consequences could be catastrophic. American officials realized they had very little time. They needed thousands of scientists, thousands of engineers, massive industrial facilities, unlimited electricity, huge amounts of raw materials, and above all, absolute secrecy. Building cities from nothing, finding empty land wasn't enough. The government needed locations with rivers, railroads, and reliable power. After months of searching, 3 locations were chosen, one in Tennessee, one in New Mexico, and one in Washington State. Construction began immediately. Entire valleys changed within months. Families living on farms received notices ordering them to leave. Many had lived there for generations. Some protested. Others packed quietly, believing the war effort required sacrifice. Within weeks, bulldozers erased old roads, forests disappeared, fields became construction sites. The pace was astonishing. Workers labored day and night under floodlights. New roads stretched across empty land. Water systems were installed. Electrical grids expanded. Thousands of houses appeared almost overnight. Apartment buildings, dormitories, schools, hospitals, cafeterias, movie theaters, churches, everything a normal city required. Except one thing, no one was allowed to know why the city existed. Life inside the secret. By late 1943, the population exploded. People arrived from every corner of America. Chemists, electricians, construction workers, teachers, accountants, mechanics, secretaries, military officers, teenagers fresh out of high school, experienced professors from the nation's top universities. Everyone signed secrecy agreements. Breaking those rules could lead to prison. Employees were reminded daily, do not discuss your work, not at home, not on the telephone, not with neighbors, not with co-workers unless absolutely necessary. The result was extraordinary. Entire families lived together, yet often had no idea what their husbands, wives, sons, or daughters actually did during the day. One worker might spend 12 hours adjusting machinery without knowing what the machine actually produced. Another employee carefully measured chemicals every day without understanding why those measurements mattered. People became experts at performing tiny pieces of an enormous puzzle without ever seeing the complete picture. The city of questions, perhaps the strangest part of life inside these hidden communities, was how normal everything appeared. Children attended school. Baseball games were played every weekend. Couples went dancing. Families gathered for dinner. People watched movies. Neighbors borrowed sugar. Life continued almost as if nothing unusual was happening. But behind that ordinary routine, military police guarded every entrance. Identification badges were checked constantly. Visitors required special authorization. Letters leaving the city were monitored. Photographs were restricted. Conversations were carefully watched. Rumors spread everywhere. Some believed they were helping build a revolutionary aircraft. Others thought it involved synthetic fuel. Some guessed radar. A few suspected rockets. Almost nobody imagined the truth, because the reality sounded too unbelievable. The project wasn't building a better airplane, or a faster tank, or a stronger ship. It was attempting to unlock the power hidden inside the atom itself. And, if successful, the world would never be the same again. Every morning, buses carried thousands of workers through guarded gates. Most of them followed the same routine every day. Clock in, complete a highly specific task. Clock out, go home. It looked like ordinary factory work, but behind those factory walls, scientists were attempting something no human being had ever accomplished. At the center of the project was a remote laboratory hidden among the mountains of New Mexico. Its name was Los Alamos. Unlike the industrial sites, Los Alamos gathered some of the brightest scientific minds in the world. Physicists, mathematicians, chemists, engineers. Many had left successful academic careers because they believed the outcome of the war depended on their work. The pressure was immense. Every experiment mattered. Every calculation was checked repeatedly. There was no room for error. Unlike ordinary inventions, failure here didn't simply mean losing money. It could mean losing the race against an enemy believed to be pursuing the same technology. Inside laboratories, teams worked around the clock. Complex equations filled blackboards from floor to ceiling. New instruments were built almost weekly. Problems that had never existed before demanded completely original solutions. Even simple questions often required months of research. As progress continued, another challenge became impossible to ignore. Nobody had ever detonated a nuclear device before. Theoretical calculations suggested it would work, but no one could guarantee the outcome. Some scientists worried the reaction might fail completely. Others feared an explosion far more powerful than predicted. Despite the uncertainty, the project moved forward. By mid-1945, years of research had produced the first complete test device. A remote desert in New Mexico was selected for the world's first nuclear explosion. Before sunrise on July 16th, scientists gathered inside reinforced observation bunkers. Many had spent years working toward this single moment. Some remained confident. Others admitted they were terrified. As the countdown approached zero, silence spread across the desert. Then, a blinding flash transformed night into daylight. Seconds later, an enormous fireball rose into the sky. The shockwave rolled across the desert, shaking windows more than 100 miles away. For the first time in history, humanity had unlocked the destructive power hidden inside the atom. Several scientists stood speechless. They knew they had witnessed a turning point unlike any before. The success of the Trinity test confirmed that the weapon worked. Within weeks, the world entered a completely new era. In August 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The destruction shocked the entire world. The bombings remain among the most debated events in modern history. Some historians argue they helped end World War II more quickly. Others continue to question the human cost. Regardless of perspective, one fact is undeniable. The Manhattan Project permanently changed international politics. The hidden cities of the Manhattan Project remind us that some of the world's greatest satellite imagery in places that instant intelligence is supposed to see. Just